Long ago, after the great flood in the days of Noah, people began to spread across the earth. At that time, everyone in the world spoke the same language. They understood one another perfectly, and because of this, they worked together very easily. As families grew larger, many people journeyed eastward until they found a wide plain in the land of Shinar. The land was fertile, open, and perfect for building a great city. The people settled there and began to dream big. One day they said to one another, "Let's make bricks and bake them hard with fire." Instead of using stone, they used bricks, and instead of mortar, they used tar to hold everything together. They were skilled, organized, and determined. Soon, their confidence began to grow. Then they made a bold decision. "Come," they said, "let us build ourselves a city with a tower that reaches to the heavens. Then we will make a name for ourselves and prevent ourselves from being scattered across the earth." The people were united by one language and one purpose. Day after day, they worked together. Workers carried bricks under the hot sun. Builders climbed higher and higher on the growing tower. Children watched in amazement as the structure stretched toward the sky. The city became a symbol of human pride and ambition. But deep inside their hearts, something was changing. Instead of honoring God and following His plan to spread across the earth, the people became focused on their own greatness. They wanted fame. They wanted power. They wanted the world to remember their names forever. The tower was no longer just a building. It had become a monument to human pride. The Bible says that the Lord came down to see the city and the tower the people were building. God saw how united they were and how quickly they could accomplish anything together. But He also saw their pride and rebellion. The people believed they no longer needed God. They trusted completely in themselves. So God decided to stop what they were doing. Not by destroying them with a flood like before, but by confusing their language. Suddenly, chaos filled the construction site. A worker asked for more bricks, but his partner could no longer understand him. Instructions became confusing. Arguments broke out everywhere. Friends who once spoke easily now sounded like strangers. Families struggled to communicate. The unity that once made them strong disappeared in a single moment. The builders dropped their tools. The work stopped completely. No one could continue because no one could understand one another anymore. Then the people began to scatter across the earth, forming different nations and languages, just as God had intended from the beginning. And the city was called Babel, because it was there that God confused the language of the whole world. The story of the Tower of Babel is more than a story about a tall building. It is a lesson about the danger of pride and the importance of humility. The people believed they could reach heaven by their own strength. They wanted glory for themselves instead of honoring God. But their plans fell apart because they placed human ambition above obedience. At the same time, the story also reminds us of the incredible power of unity. Together, people can achieve amazing things. But unity without wisdom or humility can lead people in the wrong direction. Even today, the world is filled with many languages, cultures, and nations. And every time we struggle to understand one another, the story of Babel reminds us how division first began. But it also encourages us to seek understanding, humility, and unity built on what is right. Because true greatness does not come from building towers to make ourselves look important. True greatness comes from walking humbly, honoring God, and using our gifts to help one another. And that is the lasting message of the Tower of Babel.